Alrighty, so we've got a physical Goku Youth, the Path to Power Goku Youth EZA details. They dropped on both Global and JP. The one time I wanted Global to slack off a little bit. Of course, they're on point. So let's go ahead and take a look at the unit details. Is the unit good? Is the unit bad? We'll also discuss upcoming events and whatnot. And let's dive in here. So this, of course, is a 200% lead unit. So as far as the upgrade is concerned for the leader skill, the stats don't change. It's simply that you get a key +1 now for the secondary leader skill effect. So Dragon Ball Saga Youth Exploding Rage, key +370, 170%, extra key +1, stats +30 to Dragon Ball Seekers Bond of Friendship. As far as this unit's leader skills, you can see all the 200% leads, but we don't see anything beyond that. I wonder when Dokkan Info is going to be updating that. I think at the moment, the beyond 200% leads would only be Tech Vegito and the upcoming AGL Kid Goku. So now let's take a look. We're going to be comparing stats and passives here. So for the super attack, this unit has multiple unit super attacks. The other two unit supers are exactly the same. The animations are different though, but both were this. So this shouldn't be too difficult to compare. So let's pull up the super attacks. Where's the regular super attack? Where's the default one? Okay, so the regular one greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn. So no comma, no perma. This is not a perma stacking unit. Greatly raising attack is still temporary, but you're now also raising defense, so that's good. One of the issues with this unit is that while you do have team damage reduction, this unit is sort of a dodge or die character in a lot of cases. So giving defense is going to give this guy more cushioning, so that's good. Okay. Then when there's Bulma, Yamcha, Roshi, or Hachan here, you would get the upgraded version, which would be massively raise attack and greatly raise defense for 1 turn, cause immense damage, and greatly lowers attack. Okay, so again, we are fortifying the other defense. We're fortifying the other stat here. So we're giving defense, and we're also increasing the nerfing. So this is good, because when you raise defense and lower the enemy's attack, that's sort of like a pseudo damage reduction sort of feel. So that's good. Okay, so far so good. And again, both unit super attacks do the same thing. Their just animations are different. Now for the passive. Okay, so this is where we're going to be comparing the passives. All right, so attack and defense +159 now becomes attack and defense +159. Dragon Ball Saga Youth, Dragon Ball Seekers key +3 attack and defense +50%. Oh, okay, so we're getting 1 extra category here, and it's key +2, so they increase the key support. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to a rainbow. Okay, that's already there. So far, pretty similar. When attacking with 12 or more key, attack and defense +159 from the original 59%. So there you go. That's a big boost, 100%. For every key sphere obtained, attack and defense +30% from the original attack and defense +20. So a nuking passive. For every rainbow key sphere obtained, chance to crit and damage reduction +10%. This used to be 7%, so that's good. Nuking plus extra damage reduction by 10% per orb. That's awesome. Okay. 3 or more key spheres obtained, or 1 or more key spheres obtained as the 3rd attacker in a turn. Oh, that's great. So you don't necessarily have to pick up all of these orbs. Oh my god, they're all like that. They've given you a secondary condition that's way easier, assuming you float the guy, which you probably would want to. You would get defense +159 in this particular case. That's an improvement from 59%. Okay. 5 or more key spheres obtained, or with 3 or more key spheres obtained in slot 3. Dude! Launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super. Okay, so this went from a 50% chance to a 70% chance. All right. And then lastly, this is the big one. 7 or more key spheres obtained, or 5 or more key spheres obtained in the slot 3. Okay. Damage reduction and crit chance +8% for all allies. That's the same. But then you also get attack and defense +8% for 2 turns. That seems low. And I'm sure some people will probably... Oh man, people are going to call this mid. Yeah, because in terms of the end results, the upgrades may not seem as drastic. But it's more so the conditions that I would say actually receive the EZA. This is huge to me because this is going to make your slot 3 supporting easier. That's what's going to make this guy so good. Because up until now, he was kind of a dodge or die character, unless you picked up a bunch of orbs and you were able to cover yourself. But as a floating slot 3 who provides lingering support, and also has a much easier time executing that support, this guy is actually going to be really nice. And considering that this guy doesn't link up with the AGL Kid Goku, you would probably not have these two guys next to each other. AGL Kid Goku would likely be slot 1 or slot 2. This guy would just be a floating slot 3 who can provide that extra cushioning. I like how this looks. On paper, this looks kind of underwhelming, but I think that this is going to translate very well, especially in the Festival of Battles. But still, let me know what you guys think, because I know that there's going to be some mixed reactions to this one. Of course, reserve final judgment for when you get to see the character in action, which won't happen until the celebration begins. I will, of course, do a showcase myself, so look out for that. But that looks pretty cool. Yeah, this looks great. It is weird, though, but hey, conditions getting passive, or conditions getting EZAs too is still good. All right, so let's wrap this up by discussing... Actually, you know what? Let's take a look at links. So Path to Power Kid Goku, here's a little brief overview of what the links look like. You're not going to be getting too many like maximum synergy scenarios. Not now anyway. Dragon Ball Saga still needs a big time upgrade in terms of like relevant characters. These guys are kind of old. Who knows though? There could be a super EZA coming up for one of these characters. This one maybe needs a regular EZA. That could be good. We'll see what they do during this celebration. Down here at 3 links though, you'll start to see some of the usuals. Like you got Vegito. So Vegito, you're still getting 3 links with Vegito. I'd say that's pretty good. All in the Family, Kamehameha, they're all like attack supports primarily. You get some defense though. All in the Family gives you some defense. But yeah, you also got Bulma here. Yeah, 3 links. I'll take it. All right, so now let's take a look at the upcoming content. We've got the Dokkan event. I didn't talk about this yesterday because I was dropping the Festival of Battles video, which by the way, if you are still struggling on the Festival of Battles event, do check out my video. I did do a tips and tricks video breaking down what I think are some of the best things to consider when approaching the event. So do check that out. I've also cleared the event now with items and without items. So if an idiot like me can do this without items, then you can do this with items for sure. So we got the new Dokkan event teaser. This is so wholesome. So wholesome. What do we have here? We got Red Zone Dragon Ball Saga. We're doing it to obtain a wallpaper. Are we not getting a support memory? Huh. Hopefully we get a support memory. If we're just getting a wallpaper, this might actually give us 7 stages. Actually, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll only be like 3 stages or 4 stages. Because from what I'm looking at here, we've got the Pilaf crew. We got the Gurren Lagann Mecha Pilaf. And then we got Demon King Piccolo, right? So this might only just be half. Okay, then we got Burst Mode. This will be available for the Dokkan event Super Evolution Saiyan Shining in the Galaxy. Try saying that 10 times. That's the GT Super Saiyan Vegeta. It's kind of funny we're getting this after the fact. Okay, so we'll have to wait and see what the categories are for this. And this one has me the most intrigued because they are once again taking these 2 events back in for more adjustments. Now, I don't know what this is for. I'm sure the data download will reveal this. The data download will likely be later on tonight. What exactly are they doing with this? Are they improving the drop rates? Are they doing something so that you can more easily pick up the characters needed to get the LR Team Bardock and the LR Goku Ginyu? Could this potentially be done in service of some Super EZAs happening for these guys? Don't forget, Super EZAs only apply to Dokkan festivals and LRs. No free-to-play TUR will be getting a Super EZA, but free-to-play LRs are very much in play. We already got the Prime Battle Super Saiyan Goku for that. So there could be a Super EZA coming up for Team Bardock, the LR, and maybe even the Ginyu Goku. Maybe that's what this is all about. We'll have to wait and see. Data download will be later on tonight. I will do a video breaking things down at that point. Due to preparations, blah, 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 blah. All of these things will be in preparation, yada, yada, yada. Let's see anything important here. Starting from the 16th at 10 p.m., that's a few hours after I post this video, you will not be able to access the events through the missions and item details pages due to the event adjustment. Okay, so if you're able to and you haven't done the event yet, I would recommend you try to go in there. I don't know if it's possible. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But if you haven't done the event, try to just go in there and run through them all once. As with any story event that gets the Dragon Ball story event overhaul, you can get new Dragon Stones with those events being reset, essentially. So it's always a good idea to do that. I don't know if you can, but just try it. So access the Portal of Memory. No, it's not, it wouldn't be Portal of Memories. It would be in the Growth tab, right? So yeah, go to the Growth tab, try to get those done. Newer players, you've probably already done this, but maybe veteran Dokkaners that just simply don't care about the free-to-play grind. Maybe you haven't. So just go in and take care of that real quick. Looks like that's it. All right, that is everything in regards to the content coming up. Again, data download will be happening later on tonight. When we get that, I will let you guys know what's going on. Check my Twitter, check the videos on the channel, and yeah, enjoy. I'm looking forward to the celebration. It's going to be a bit of a break. A lot of people are going to be taking it easy on the summons, but still, doesn't mean we can't enjoy additional content. And of course, now we will see like how these new characters fare in the Festival of Battles and other events like that. Also, don't forget, Path to Power Kid Goku is a godsend for the Goku Story Red Zone Stage number 10, where you fight Vegeta. Very, very good. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, obviously like down below. In the comments your thoughts on the Kid Goku Path to Power EZA. Is it good? Is it bad? Does it look good? Does it look bad? Let me know your thoughts. Anything else that I missed in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let you know you want to see more as I do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.